Hey everyone, I'm here to show you how to use iMovie. It's a great tool for beginners and it's also free for Mac users. To find it, you just simply go to the applications folder and it'll be in your applications folder. If you don't see it there, you would just go to your app store up here. Okay, so I'm going to launch iMovie. All right, the first thing you want to see is this box with a plus sign. You can click on that, and it gives you two options. One for trailer, which is like a template, but we want more control, so we're going to create a movie. All right, so I want to show you the layout of the iMovie application. I want to start from the top. This is your project media where you have your photos, and then next here is your import media or your library once you import it. And then over here is your preview or your monitor. And then down here is your timeline where you're gonna put all your assets. The first thing I want to do is import my video clips and in my photos and graphics. So I'm gonna click on this. And I already have a folder with all my assets in there. So I'm gonna select the whole folder and then import selected, or else you can import individual items as well. Okay, so this is my video clips, and you can actually scrub, move your cursor over it to preview the section you want to drag in. So to cut a clip of a longer video or a section of a video, there's two ways. One is to select your video, and then this yellow box comes up, and then you can move your slider over to where you want to start and end, and then from there you could hit this plus sign or else click and drag it into your timeline. I want to show you another way of doing that, which is you can just move your cursor to where you want to start. Let's say I want to start it here, and then I'll just hit the letter I on your keyboard, and that's going to stand for in, where you want to start, and then you want to hit the letter O, you can slide it over, hit the letter O for out. So I for in, O for out, and then you can hit this plus sign, it will jump into your timeline. Okay, so I'm going to do that for a few more clips. You can continue to edit in here. You can either drag your clips to make it shorter. So let's say I want to make this let's say 3 seconds. And then if you want to cut in between the clips, you can actually select the clip, put the cursor where you want the clip to be cut, and then hit Command B, and that will cut where you put the cursor. Okay, so I'm going to undo that since that's not what I want to do. And then another thing is that you can actually shuffle your clips around, so you can click and drag it to another location to rearrange your clips. So you can preview the clips here. You can hit the space bar. Okay. And then hit the space bar to stop and play your videos. And then I want to show you how to, since I don't want the audio from the video clips, I'm going to detach and delete the audio clips. So you're going to hit Control, click onto the video clip, detach audio, and that will separate the audio clip. And I'm just going to select and delete it since I don't need not going to keep the audio. And so I'm going to do that to each of the clips. Because I'm going to use music in the background, I don't need the audio, so I deleted that. So while I was editing this video, I forgot to mention that there's a built-in voiceover tool in iMovie. To add a voiceover, all you have to do is click on this microphone icon in the left corner of the viewer. Click on that, and then you can see the sound levels here, the record button here, and then if you have more than one microphone plugged into your computer, you can select the microphone here. I have a headphone set, so I'm going to select that, and then you can hit record. And it's going to count you down. 3, 2, 1, and then hello, this is a voiceover option where it is recording directly into the timeline. I'm also going to add a still image. So still images you can click and drag into your timeline. I'm going to make that shorter. And then I have a logo here that I made in Photoshop, so I'm going to put this in here at the very end. then make that shorter as well. Next, I want to add the music. So up here in my media, I want to click on audio, and then it's connected to your iTunes. And so in my iTunes, I have this ukulele song. So I'm going to click and drag that into my timeline. You can use the slider to zoom out, or else you can hit Command minus. So I want to move this. So I'm going to move the song to the end of that video clip. So right there. So this is what we have now. So right there is already pretty good. There's a few more things I wanted to adjust. I wanted to have it fade in and fade out as far as the audio. You can lower the volume by dragging this line that goes across. And then also, if I wanted to fade in and fade out, there's these little circles at the beginning, so you can click and drag that. You can have that like that. You can increase the fade in like that, and then you can do the same thing on the other side, fade out. And then you can also add transitions. Transitions are up here. The first four are the most commonly used, but you can actually add other things. Let's say I wanted to do a circle opening. You click and drag that in between the clips. So that's the transition between there. And then I'm going to do a doorway between this one. And then I'm going to do a, let's say a cube between this one. And then I'll leave this one as is. So this is what it looks like. Okay, and so that's how you do transitions. And then if you want to add a title, like text on top of that, essentially it's up here. And then you could find the ones that you like. So let's say I want this one, and you can click on top of your video or still image right there. Your title is up there, and then you can click on it to edit. And then you have the general text editing tools up here. So go from the beginning. All right. So that's my title. And then there's a few more tools up here as far as editing your video footage. So you could select the video and go up here. This is like a magic tool. It's kind of like an automatic. You can click on that, and sometimes it automatically adjusts the color for you, but it may not always be accurate. So if you want to have a more manual control, this is color balance, color correction, cropping the video, stabilization if your video footage is shaky, the volume, since we removed the volume of this, it doesn't have that option. This is noise reduction. Same thing with audio. It has audio in there, and then you want to reduce the noise in the audio. This is to increase or reduce the speed of your video footage. This is a filter. If you click on that, you can have a lot of these video color filters in there. And then this is for information about the video footage itself. Okay. Then the last thing you want to do is how do we export this video that we just made, and you want to go to the top right corner up here and click on that. And then I like to do is video file. And then here is your video, let's say your title that you wanted to do, and then tags, which is you don't have to do, is optional. Format, you want video and audio. And then resolution, the resolution is, these are your options, but it really depends on if you have a higher resolution, the file size is going to be bigger. Quality, again, the higher quality and the bigger the resolution, the bigger size of the video. And you can see the duration and the file size that they estimate over here. So I'm going to keep it as these settings, and then hit next. You want to change the location. You can also open this up. So I'm going to do save, and then it exports, and you can see the progress of the export here, and it'll be ready for your final video. Okay, that's how you use iMovie.